Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
What's wow?
I feel like it's been 100 years since I've seen everybody. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, hello.
Hello, hello. Welcome.
Hello.
Hi, Brian. There's people here today.
I see. See, I told you I'd come back.
Thank you. Welcome, everybody. Hi.
Hello. Thanks for putting this together.
Oh, you're welcome. I actually realized what happened last week. I had set up just a chat session for last week, kind of like a brainstorming with bring snacks and a drink and we'll talk and see what direction we want to head in. And I realized I posted it to Facebook and completely forgot to send it to the mailing list people, which is 500 people, and completely forgot. And Brian and I were sitting there alone, the two of us, for like 20 minutes. And I'm like, this never happened. What happened to everybody? And I realized with all my craziness at school, I've just lost my mind. That's all. And it was my own fault. And it was just a bad day. So welcome back. I hope you all had a really good summer. I hope you're having a not insanely ridiculous school year, although you probably are if it's anything like mine. We have lovely Meryl Ann here with us today. You can't see her face, but you can see her samples. Are you going to switch your camera back, Meryl Ann? Oh, there
Hi.
Oh, there she is. Hi, Marilyn.
Hi.
Yep. So I actually visited Meryl Ann this summer with Mom. Mom and I did a road trip and we went to see my brother in North Carolina. And on the way home, we drove through Norfolk, Virginia and stopped to see Meryl Ann, Norfolk, and saw her gorgeous, amazingly ginormous, drool-worthy studio.
The view.
Yes, with a view of the ocean. Amazing. So it's really cool that I get to meet our members when we're, out and about in the summer, and I have the freedom to do that. So that was really cool. And then Meryl offered graciously to open up our year with this adorable project. So.
And you should say, even though I live in Virginia now, I was actually born in New York City.
Yay, New York.
So, I put in the chat my contact information. If you have any questions, you can email me. You can follow me on Instagram and my website. And I don't know, Steph, you let me know when we're officially starting. Or is it?
We usually start at about 10 after, give everybody a little wiggle room, time to dribble in. And
so Cassandra's from New York too. I was actually born in Queens, Bayside.
Good. Yeah. So where's everybody else from?
Jackson Heights, Queens.
Yay.
Yay.
Yes, yes.
Brian is our only male member attendee. The first one ever.
Am I really?
Yes.
Get out of here.
We usually are a room full of ladies, and you're welcome to join us. Nice to have another perspective.
That's funny. I didn't realize I was your opening act for the year.
Yeah. Well, I was going to try last week, and it was a complete disaster. So, yeah, that was like the carrot or the cherry on top of a horrendous week that I had last week. So it's better this way. We'll start off with this lovely little project, get the ball rolling, I booked 3 more sessions for October, November, and December. So I will send out hold the dates. I'm really excited about them too. From a lot of our friends in oh my God, there goes my brain. Oh my God. Virginia. From, they're all from VAEA, I think, except for one of them.
Yeah.
That's where I met most of them. Virginia Art Educators Association. Yeah.
Yeah.
So all good people. They just had their convention last
Yeah,
week.
I did a labyrinth workshop.
Right? That's right. You did. And you said it went a little crazy with the space thing, but otherwise it was fine.
It wasn't unexpected. Most of the time when I do a labyrinth workshop, I tell the specs of the room that I need when I give the proposal, and then they say, okay. And then I remind them and I say, remember, I need, 24 by 24 feet of empty space. And they're like, no problem. And I remind them a few more times. And when I got there, it wasn't empty space. And when I told someone, she said, well, you should have reminded us. So,
It sounds like a normal day at my school.
yeah, I know, but we got it worked out. So,
Good.
and we had a great time. And one of the people already posted that it was one of his favorite events at the thing. And,
They had a beautiful view also.
oh yeah. Yeah. The beach at Virginia Beach. Yep.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
They should have it there every year.
Maybe I'll get down there eventually.
Yeah. I didn't stay. I had a hotel room, but I ended up not staying.
Okay.
Because of COVID. I actually get anaphylactic shock. So my doctor said I wasn't allowed to get vaccinated. So she said, don't stay. But I talked her into letting me do my presentation because it was in a big room and I was in charge, and I could tell people stay away from me.
Did you hold up the wooden sticks? The wooden sticks to keep away.
No, we did fine. I could do that. But when you're sitting in a bigger room, it's a little harder. So
Yeah.
actually, so it's just more, more impetus for me to get more things online, which I'm doing. Hello, everybody.
Hello. Welcome. Hi, Nancy. My other person from California who visited us here in New York, and we met over the summer. That was great.
Where are you from in California? I used to live in LA. Where is she? Mia?
Oh, no, I teach in San Francisco.
I love San Francisco. Oh God, I went up there too. My girlfriend lived there.
It was better pre-COVID, but everything was.
Everything was, for sure.
I rode the carousel in the Golden Gate Park
Yeah, that's fun.
several times. Yeah, every time I went to San Francisco, I went.
Yeah.
It was great. I love carousels. That's what I collect, rides on carousels.
My mother loves carousels too.
Does she? Yeah,
Yes, she does.
yeah, it's fun.
How's your are you on, Mom? Can you hear us?
I can hear you. I can see you. Can you see me?
Yes,
Oh,
I
there
can
she
see.
is. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good, sweetie. How you doing?
Pretty well. Good to see your face.
Thank you. You too. Yeah, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun tonight. So, I was just telling Stephanie that because of COVID, I'm not able to see my granddaughter as often because she's about 5.5 hours away. And
Oh,
I thought
boy.
I was going to see her in November and January, but my daughter's trips were canceled. So this is a kid that when she was a baby spent a week with me every month. And the last time I saw her was 2 days in July. And before that was, I think, February. So I decided I got to do something. So I called her up. I said, hey, what if you and Mimi do art lessons on Zoom? Would you like that? And she's like, oh yes, Mimi, I want to do art with you. So you'll get to see. We actually had our first lesson Monday night and she made one of the things I'm going to show you. And so you'll get to see my sample that I made. I don't have a picture of hers, but she has it. She and I both love Day of the Dead.
So it's actually kid tested and approved.
That's right. That's right.
Perfect. Perfect.
Yep. It's good. Yeah.
All right. I guess we could get started. Anytime you're ready, I'm going to well, should I do my spiel and then turn it over?
Do your spiel, honey.
My spiel. All right. Welcome everybody to the Art Teachers Art Club. This started out as a club where we all are art educators and we're looking for a sense of community, a place to share ideas, a place to feel safe and comfortable and come together and make stuff either for ourselves or come up with ideas to use in our classrooms where we can change it up for whatever grades we're teaching. And this is the second year I'm doing this. I really struggled with, should I do this or should I just take the year off with everything that's been going on? But I really feel like I need it. It gives me something good to look forward to. It gives me my space and my place and my people and something to focus on outside of all the craziness at work. So we're going to stick with it. And I'm hoping to have at least 2 sessions per month, if that works for everybody. At least we don't lose continuity and momentum. I think anything less than that, and sometimes people forget or things come up and whatnot. So I'm going to really try for twice a month. As always, I'm going to beg for volunteers. So if anybody wants to volunteer to do a session, I wouldn't put you in for immediate next week, but we could talk about weekends. Feel free to email me if you're interested, if you have ideas, if you have requests. Maybe we all know somebody or search for somebody to fulfill our wildest dreams in terms of project wishes and ideas. And I guess that's it. I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to start up again, and I'm still looking forward to summer vacation. So let's get some cool projects going, and that'll get us to summer faster, because art is obviously our happy place. So, and with that, I'm going to say happy to see you all and handing it over to Meryl Ann.
Thank you, Johnny.
I'm going to spotlight you too, so that everybody can see you nice and big. There we go.
So I'll just give you a little bit of background about who I am. When I studied for 7 years with Harold Stevenson in New York, he was a student in Norman Rockwell's. And on my website right now, I'm doing a artistic lineage that shows how all the teachers who taught the teachers who taught the teachers who taught him and taught me go back. And it's been very exciting. It's like finding your family history. And so I worked on that for about 3 years, and it's going to be up on the website in a few weeks. And we have a direct link to Jean-Léon Gérôme, where I'm actually only 3 degrees of separation, I think, or 4 degrees of separation. Jacques-Louis David, Bouguereau, William Merritt Chase, Francois Boucher. So that's really fun. That's really fun because people who come to my classes, now you can say that you're in that artistic lineage because you took the class.
I'm in the circle.
You are. I've also published a couple of books in the craft field, and I opened my first art school in 1974, and I had that for 10 years till my husband died. And then after that, I did other ways of teaching art for a while. And then I opened my current art school in 2016. And that's what I'm doing now and having a great time. So I'm inviting you to have fun with me making some nichos. Nichos are used, they're kind of Aztec and Mexican tradition. And hopefully you guys got a chance to print out the handouts, but if you didn't, you can just watch and figure it out. So this is a Nicho. This is one. That's the one I think you saw the picture of. This is done on colored paper. So I printed colored paper and did these. This is done on white paper and colored pencil. So, and you should have, on your handout, you'll have a picture of Frida. And then this is the one I did with my granddaughter Mila. So when I sent her stuff, I knew we were only going to have about a half hour. So I sent her stickers and stuff. So this was really quick and easy to put together. So I'm going to switch to my camera here, and we're going to take a look at how these get put together, and then we're going to start making stuff. So this is the handout sheet, and this is the Nicho in the center. And if you printed this in white and you're going to color it, you always want to color first before you cut out. That way the edges don't get all messed up. But if you're, if it's in white and you're going to color it with Prismacolor pencils or something, markers, something like that, don't cut it out first. But if it's in color, you can cut it out first. And I'm going to show you what it looks like. Here's a white one. I'm starting to color it. So what I did here is I made myself some little templates. These are templates to show me what I want to. You don't have to put those guys there, but these are the little, it just gives you an opportunity to have more color. So I made templates, and then I started, so here's the templates. And I label them templates so I don't cut them up for something else by mistake. Now, I don't know how many of you have used, I'm going to show you a little bit about this coloring first, and then I'm going to show you the folding stuff.
Can I stop you for 1 second?
Sure.
Did everybody get the template that I mailed out once
Yes.
you registered?
Yes.
Okay, so Monique, are you the only one that did not get it?
I got the email. There was no attachment.
Oh, so I had another brain fart. Okay, let me write these names down, and I will email them to you right now. Hang on.
Yeah, Monique, do you happen to have any cardstock around?
Yeah, I have cardstock. Yeah.
Cool. All right. So when she sends you the thing, you can just print it out on you can do white or colored cardstock.
I'm so sorry about that.
Hi,
Fix it.
this is Lori Jones. I didn't get it either. I mean, I got the email, but there was nothing attached.
Okay, Lori Jones. When did you guys register?
I registered last week, I think.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
same here.
Same here with Terry Walters.
Okay, oh my goodness. Okay, so Roxanne, now I feel terrible.
Don't feel terrible.
Don't feel terrible, no.
It's all right. We're crazy busy.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Crazy
just,
busy.
okay, so I have Lori Jones, Monique, Roxanne, who else needs it? Terry, you said?
Yes, Terry Walters.
Okay,
Thank you.
sure. Is there anybody else? Okay, Cassandra, you said you just got it?
Sarah Allison, too, please. Thank you.
Oh, wait, Allison? Sarah.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna put my email in the chat. So you can email me directly and I can just forward it to you. That'll make it much easier.
And so those of you, if you have a piece of cardstock, colored or white, either one, and if you don't, you know, just print it on paper, you'll get the idea. It holds up together better if you can do it on cardstock. Okay, so we ready to roll here?
You can keep going and I will send out, I just have to, if you guys can, the ones who need it, can you just email me right now and I will forward you the template? So that otherwise I have to kind of go into the Zoom for everybody's emails and I don't want to start playing with that because I might interrupt our session altogether. Okay.
Oh, Janelle Turk says you can post files right to the chat.
Oh, I can?
Right, yep.
How do I do that?
See at the bottom where it says to everybody on the right-hand side, there should be a thing that says file and it's a PDF, so it should upload.
Why don't I have that? It says to everyone.
Well, hold on. I have it.
Oh, yeah. Jeez.
Duh.
Yeah.
Go find the PDF and find what the name of it is. Okay, it's called, is that a PDF?
It was called template something.
Dead template uni.
Yep.
Nichos. Okay. All right.
Yep.
I can put it in there.
All right. I'm so
Okay.
sorry.
That's okay. Let's see if I can, from my computer. This is good. I'm learning a new skill.
This is how we learn, unfortunately, when
It
it's
is.
absolutely necessary.
Okay, so okay. Oh, why is that so big? Okay, well, this might be the one before I reduce the size.
Yay, look at
So
that.
it should be there.
Okay, you know what? My computer, I just found the button, so let me see if I can navigate to the file. So there'll be two of them and you guys can open.
Oh no, I sent the wrong file.
Uh-oh.
That's why it was so big.
I got it. I
Uh.
figured out how to do it. Hang on. Hang on. Technical difficulties. And I'm
Yeah.
talking about my brain. So there we go.
Yeah, it shouldn't have, yeah, 1.54 megabytes. That's it.
Okay.
The other one was my pages document, which,
So you guys can just open that right now and print it on if you have cardstock, that's great.
yeah.
All right.
Okay, good.
See, I just learned something. I didn't know I could post a document. That's so cool.
Yeah, that's good to know. Yeah, because we could post it at the beginning of this anyway, and that way if someone didn't get it.
Yep.
So what I'm showing you guys here, if you've used, I don't know if you've used the blender stick with Prismacolor pencils. The blender stick is, it's got a, the barrel is wood and the Prismacolor pencil is like clear. I'm still learning how to use the camera. So I've colored on this with Prismacolor pencil. I'm kind of overlap some. So I'm just going to show you how cool it looks when you put the blender pencil on top of there. Yeah, I think you can see. What it does, of course, is it blends the, you know how Prismacolor pencil usually looks like it lets some of the little white spots of the paper come through. And this blends it so it kind of has a painterly effect. So I like to do that. You don't have to do it. You don't even have to use Prismacolor pencils. You can use crayons. You can use markers. If you use markers, you want to put it on a shinier cardstock. And if you are using a watercolor medium or colored pencils, you want to put it on a cardstock with a little bit of a rougher texture. But you can see how the color is looking much richer on this side than on this side. And that's what the pencil does, and it's fine. Now, why didn't I color into the center here? Because I made my little template, and I'm not going to waste my colored pencils because I know that later I'm going to glue that on top of there. Okay, so that's the colored pencil one. So if you printed it out in white and you're planning to color it with colored pencils or markers or watercolors, you can go ahead and start that. You want to color it before you cut it out. And that way you don't have to worry about going outside the edge because you're going to cut it out later. And if you printed it on colored cardstock, then you can go ahead and cut this out along the outside edge, all the way around the perimeter. And I'll show you what it's going to look like. So this is the white one kind of folded, it shows you. And what I did on this one is you'll notice the lines are on the back. So with the colored pencil one, I color directly into this side. But when I cut this one out, I turn it over and I use this as the front because it doesn't have all those yucky lines on there. So this is how we're going to do that.
Very smart.
Yeah. So these are already kind of folded, but basically what's going to happen, oh, that says for Steph, this is for Steph's class, is we're going to fold these and these are going to fold in like this. Okay. That makes sense. And it just, so this is a one-piece Nicho. This is the simplest one. If you want to come to my advanced Nicho class, which is actually on Halloween and Day of the Dead, you'll learn how to make a two-piece one, which I'll show you later. But this is simple. And you can take my PDF that I gave you. I give permission to use that in your classes. You can enlarge the Nicho a little bit if you want. And I also gave the information. I got the original pattern from a Teachers Pay Teacher, but I had to correct some of the instructions on theirs, and then I changed the size, so by that time it was kind of my thing. So this is what you're going to have when you have it cut out, and you can see the lines on there. And what I like to do is use a ruler with a kind of a hard edge, and I'm going to fold each one of these, and it doesn't matter which direction you fold it in because we're going to fold it both ways anyway. So the sharper edge you have, the better. And if you don't have a straight edge at all, then don't even worry about it. Just fold it the best you can. So once I get all of these folds scored, what I'm going to do is fold every one of them back in the opposite direction. So we have one more at the bottom here. And I like to use a bone folder, or you can use a spoon. So I'm just going to fold it back the other way, and then I'm going to use, bone folders are no longer made from bone. This is just plastic, so I don't want to upset the vegetarians. So, I'm a vegetarian too, so well, I got to be clear. No whale bones were used in this project. So once you score it both ways, you can decide which way you want to, what you want to be the front. Like I say, I think the lines are a little yucky. They don't show that much, but if I do it this way, then it's going to eventually fold in here. But we're not going to fold it together first. We're going to decorate it. So how are you going to decorate it? All right. So you got all kinds of cute little stuff here that you can cut out, and you could color it in or just cut it out if you want. And so what I usually do is when I start, I usually plan to make a few nichos, and I print one out each on different colored paper. So, the one, this is yellow paper, so I'll use the one on the green paper to decorate this. And
What
then
is the actual origin of a nicho? What does it mean?
it is, thank you, that's a good question. It's a it's kind of a little altar that honors, you can honor your, I don't know if that information got sent out actually.
I thought I sent two things. I can add the other one now also.
No, it wasn't a PDF. It was in the body of the email, so it might not have gotten out. But
Yeah, I didn't see it.
yeah. Okay. But you know what? Hold on a second. Let me read it to you because
Yeah, that's good.
yeah, it's and you know what? I can copy and paste it and put it right in.
I sent it in. You sent me a flyer, which was a PDF.
Right, but I included a paragraph in the email that was just
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha.
So that's all right. I'm looking up my emails right now. I had to I closed the email because it makes all kinds of sounds.
All of these alert noises that are in our ears all day long.
I know.
Yeah.
So let me get that because I sent it to Steph. Okay, art teaches materials for the workshop. Here it is. Okay. So, description of the workshop. You'll make a folk art style nicho or two like the one shown to honor a departed loved one, human or furry, or to memorialize a favorite celebrity. Within the box, there is a central figure or symbol for whose honor the nicho has been created. Nichos are a type of folk art box popular throughout Central and South America, often devotional, but sometimes merely quirky, often used to honor departed loved ones or celebrities during Day of the Dead celebrations on November 1st and 2nd. Resembling dioramas and sometimes referred to as retablos, they are made from common craft materials and traditionally combine elements from Roman Catholicism, mestizo spirituality, and popular culture. Nichos are usually striking colors and are typically embellished with wild abandon. In this workshop, you can use your own image of a loved one or use images supplied, such as La Katrina or Frida Kahlo.
I love that. Wild abandon.
Yes, that's what we're going to do tonight. Wild abandon, people.
Wild abandon.
So I will put that description in here just in case you want to use it for something. And
I recognize the name retablo.
yeah.
Nicho was a new term for me.
Yeah. Nichos are like, I think nichos are smaller typically, although you never know. I mean, with folk art, it could be anything. You know,
Are these supposed to be portable?
Yes. Yeah. So these are some of the pictures I got for my nicho. This is and I cut them the same size. That's my Aunt Dixie. She was a tap dancer. When she was on Broadway, she had just finished her tap dancing number and went back to her dressing room, and Gene Kelly knocked on the door and told her she was the best tap dancer he ever saw, and would she come to Hollywood and make pictures with him.
Oh, wow.
She didn't. She was pregnant at the time with my cousin, and my cousin was still mad that she didn't go. But anyway, so that's my Aunt Dixie. And then this is a piece, this is my own artwork of Our Lady of Guadalupe. So that's kind of a fun thing to make a little retablo about. And then, of course, the other one is Jackie Kennedy. So those are and I just cut them the same size as the back. You don't have to. You can cut them smaller and do some decorations in the back. But what I'm going to show you next is how we can decorate these. So we have, I think we'll do, so this is what I was going to show you. So one of the ways to decorate, now I gave you some printed stuff where you can cut things out, but if you have hole punches, you can punch out a whole bunch of cool shapes from your paper. And I have found that it's really worthwhile to have these around, especially the Fiskars. The Fiskars ones are good because if they break, you just write to them and they'll send you a new one. And they're also heavy duty, so you can use them on cardstock. I'm using mostly cardstock here. You can use paper if you want. But this is kind of a fun one because it's got 3 leaves in it. And then I usually buy them at Joann's when they have a 60% off coupon. So here's
those.
Hearts, yeah, hearts in a couple of sizes, and I like to put flowers on top of each other. So these are some of the things that I've cut out. Also, if you have circle hole punches, I've used, for instance, this piece here is what I'm planning. I think I'm going to do this one. So this is the piece I'm planning to put here, but I have a circular hole punch here. And so I can use this. Maybe I want to cut, just chop something out of this, like a circle in the center, and then the purple will show through. And then I can take this little piece and use it someplace else. So after that, what I will do here is fold it. You do want to fold it before you start gluing stuff down so you know where your fold lines are. And then the template for this, I just made that template by making a rectangle that was about 1/8 of an inch and bigger all the way around. And I made this template by just measuring something a little smaller than that. And so that way you can, it's just a way to add another design element. And then we cut out stuff and we glue it down. So, and you might want a Sharpie marker. You might want glue stick. I find Yoo-hoo glue sticks are the best. And the other trick that I learned, this is from Eric Scott, is when you're gluing stuff down, save these old catalogs that you don't want. And when you're gluing stuff down, you open the page and you glue it on this page, and then you turn the page and glue it on that page so that you don't have to worry about getting messy glue all over the place.
It's so simple and so brilliant.
Yes, that's the process. So now we can all have fun making Nichos, and you're welcome to ask me any questions that you would like. I'll show this one again. So this one so then there's rhinestones, of course, right? And on this one, I had a rose. So it's a fabric rose. So I have, that's what I was going to show you too. So this is how I organize my stuff. So I have Ziploc bags, and this one says stickers, and these stickers are for this project. And when I print them out, now if you guys are printing out at school, you probably don't care if you use up all the ink, but I'm printing out my own office. And so I make all these labels gray instead of black, so I don't use up as much ink. So this is printed pages. So this has the pages with the printed stuff on it. And these wings, I did give you in one of the handouts, it tells you where you can go get clip art for this project, and that the clip art link that I gave you has those wings on it, and those are really cool wings to use. And then I have another one this is the blank papers so that everything doesn't get mixed up. And then this is rhinestones. And and the pattern pieces I like to put in their own separate envelope too. But this is the favorite one, doodads. So the doodad bag is where I put all kinds of stuff that I find one thing and I don't want to look for the place to put it away. So I have this doodad bag is sadly very empty, but it does have some little bows that I could glue on, and it has this black rose. I bought a bunch of fabric roses from China, and they were supposed to be assorted. Oh, I don't know if you can see that,
It's
but
very black.
I was hoping for lots of good assorted colors, and they were mostly
Black.
brown. I got some yellow and red, but I got a lot of black, and I'm like, what am I going to do with black? And then I realized, yeah, Day of the Dead is perfect. So I even have black rhinestones. So these are stick-on rhinestones, but if you don't have the stick-on rhinestones, the way I stick them on, this is a large bottle, but I use clearance. This is tulip glitter paint, and I just put a blob of this down, and then I pick up the rhinestone. I lick my finger till it's wet and use the wet finger to pick up the rhinestone, and the rhinestone will stay stuck to your finger for about a second, which is long enough to pick it up and drop it onto the glitter. And then the little bump of glitter glue, it will hold it. So, and then you'll have more glitter too, which is a good thing because you can't have too much glitter. You know how you can tell if something needs glitter? If it doesn't have any. So there you go. So that's the process, and my goal is for you guys to have fun making something. So And if you didn't get the information about needing a picture of somebody to honor, you can leave the center part blank and put that in later, or you could look online and you could do Elvis or Princess Di or anybody.
You can
So-
send hate mail to Stephanie Abbey later at.
It's okay. This is rolling with the punches. This is what we learned. So,
I would like to share a resource again, by the way. If you guys have a paper source near you, Paper Source, I found this past week, they have the most amazing like scrapbooking cutout things, and I found a whole bag of
why don't you switch the spotlight so they can see that?
I could do that. Okay. I have to get back into the groove of this. It's just I'm out of practice. So here's the bag, and they're pre-printed in all different colors, and 25 of them in a bag. I forgot how much I paid for them, but you know what? Oh, it was $6 for 25 skulls.
Oh.
It's a bargain. It's a bargain, I tell you.
25 skulls for $6. Such a deal, darling.
Darling? Yes, darling. Absolutely.
So, yeah, if you don't have hole punches, if you have parent, some teachers are lucky enough to have parents that come in and do stuff. And so you could have them come in and punch out a bunch of stuff. We should have music. Do you have music? Or I guess we can if you're going to put it on.
Yeah, we'll get yelled at because of copyright things.
So I'm going to fold this one now.
I could show what I have so far. I put one of my skulls in the middle.
I love that. It's a perfect size.
Yes, totally.
Look at that.
So here's my little guy.
Oh, by the way, I want to tell you that you can print this on black cardstock, believe it or not. It's hard to see. And these things wouldn't. Oh, you need to switch. You can switch the spotlight.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
So
So
slow brain.
it's okay.
Okay, good.
These things don't come out so well, but believe it or not, I printed one of these out on black, and you have to kind of look at it at an angle, but you can see it good enough to cut it out. And so you can do one with a black background, but I found that it's easier to do what Stephanie did, which is do a colored background and then use black. And see what you can do here. You can make a little frame for your picture if your picture's not big enough for the whole thing, or you can cut it out in a circle like this. And what this gold here is after Christmas, I go buy all the wrapping paper. Retail thinks that glitter is only for Christmas. Go figure. So I just go buy all the glittery stuff after Christmas, and and then we have glittery stuff. And so it's nice and thin too. So it made a good border for that.
Glitter is my arch nemesis.
You don't like glitter?
You think you clean it up, and years later you're still finding glitter.
I never use that kind of glitter.
Oh.
I only use glittery things and glitter t-shirt paint.
Okay, or glitter glue. Glitter glue I can deal with, but the powdered glitter, that's dangerous to the environment and your health and all of that
I hate
stuff.
glitter glue, but this is the small size. But guess what? Even these, you know what? I bought glitter red, glitter silver, and glitter blue on sale, 60% off after July 4th.
Wow.
Yeah. Because
Art teachers love sales and bargains and
well, it was in a display that said patriotic colors. So they thought when July 4th is over, you don't need red, white, and blue anymore.
Right.
So anyway.
Now you have to go after every holiday and you'll get the whole rainbow.
You know what I used to do for my kids? I gave birth to a daughter but I ended up also with a bunch, 7 stepchildren at different times. And the most I ever had at home at once was 5, but that was enough. But what I used to do, and we were really broke with those kids. And so after Christmas, I used to buy all the candy that was wrapped in red and green. And then in Valentine's Day, they got the red ones in their lunchbox. And in St. Patrick's Day, they got the green ones.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, because they were 90% off. So
90.
yeah,
We're so
that was, the food was 90% off. The art supplies usually aren't, but I did get those. I have gotten, oh, that's the other good thing. Right after Christmas at Joann's, I got a pack of glitter t-shirt paint. And I like it better because it's not as sticky as the glue. And it was glitter red, glitter green, glitter gold, and glitter silver. And that was 80% off because it had Santa Claus on it or something. I don't know why they don't think you can use the colors separately. Anybody have anything they would like to show so far? Let's see. If you, Steph, you can.
It's a very quiet room today.
Well, maybe that's good. Maybe they're having fun.
Let's see. Anybody want to volunteer or hold up?
I'll share if you don't mind. I'm
Yes,
still
I'd love
working
to
on
see
it.
it.
Oh,
Oh, I love it.
Oh, go ahead and
I don't know if you
spotlight
can
her.
see it well.
Wait, why can't I spotlight you? Hold on. Let me go to my gallery view and there you are. Okay.
Because
Spotlight.
otherwise, if we talk, it'll unspotlight her.
Oh, you
I
have
love that.
special scissors that cut like cool shapes and
Yeah.
stuff. That's awesome. I love
This
it.
is fun. My kids are going to love this next week. I'm going to do
Cool.
this next week with them.
Oh, perfect.
That's why we did it today, because
Perfect.
we thought it would give you time to actually.
Yeah, thank
do it.
you.
Cool. Yeah. My
I've been
glue.
trying to decide if I want to do this with my high schoolers. I don't know if they'll think it's corny or.
They'll like it, I think, because I
Oh,
teach K
yeah.
through 12, and I think that the high school kids would really enjoy this.
They'll have fun.
Yeah,
Are you
that's what I'm
kidding?
going to do this with.
Yeah, if it has skulls and wings, they'll love it.
You know, I worry also about, because my population is very, well, my population of my school has shifted. So now we have a lot of East Indian students, and well, we do have a lot of Hispanic also. So that would probably be really fun for them.
You know what? Everybody should learn about other cultures.
Oh, I agree with you. I agree.
Definitely.
I agree.
So if there was not a single Hispanic kid in your class, you could switch the
Oh, I can take.
the thing back so people can see what I'm doing. Yeah, if there's not a single Hispanic kid in your class, that's the class you really want to do it, because we need to get appreciation, I think.
That's true. Put you back. There we go.
So I just punched half a hole out of that with my hole punch.
I need to go find a hole puncher. I forgot about that.
If you have little tiny hole punch, you can punch into the background. And I love, I didn't mention that, but I like to use the scissors too.
The scissors?
The ones that
Oh, the funky
was
scissors.
Chanel who used them, the ones with the different shapes, yeah. But
Oh,
they,
I just remembered I have a whole set of different ones at school.
so this is gonna look like this. So I want to put some, these are what I punched out. So this is also my artwork. And so I punched these out.
Those
I
are-
thought, I could use that on something. But here's what I punched out ahead of time. I picked a bunch of colors that I liked for this particular project. And what I like to do is take the flowers and layer them. So this is why it's fun to have, where's the little tiny, oh, I didn't punch any out of that. Okay, so here's, well, let's do red. So here's a red flower, and here's a yellow center on it, but I might not want to use that center because there's yellow in the background. Here we go. Here's a dark purple and a red. That's good. So I like to layer them on top of each other like that. And it gives a little extra dimension. Also, the other thing I like to do too is you can take two flowers of the same and just angle that like that so that the other petal shows through.
Kind of like a mandala thingy.
Yeah. Yes, like your mandalas. And then you have to, it's required to put a rhinestone in the center.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, the rhinestone police will come get you.
That's the rules.
It is the rule. Yeah. Whoops. There we go. So I have some little bird hole punches too.
This is so cute. I love this.
Yeah, it's fun. I made a bunch of them and I just had fun every one. So this is fun, you know, if you want to make samples, if you get stuck in some kind of boring Zoom thing, if you angle your laptop so the camera's up a little higher, nobody can tell that you're making these.
Meeting in a virtual faculty meeting.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go. Oh, I have stars too. Maybe I'm going to put a star.
Most of us have tricks.
Yeah. Maybe I'll put a star on one side and a bird on the other.
There was the most amazing altar museum presentation at the DeYoung Museum a few years ago.
Ooh.
And it was just fabulous.
Of the Day of the Dead altars?
Yes, and many artists did different, honors to different people, and they had lighting and they had environments, and it was just fabulous.
Well, I ended up in California. I went to California. I thought it was for the summer. I lost my lease on my art studio and unexpectedly because someone lied to me in 2001, and I had trouble finding a new one. So I thought I called up my girlfriend crying. I'm like, what am I gonna do? And she had just gotten married and gone to Hawaii, and she said, you should put all your stuff in storage and come to Hawaii for the summer. And I'm thinking, if that's my worst case scenario, that's not pretty good. So I did that, and I drove across the country, and I got to California, and I ended up not getting to Hawaii as soon as I wanted because actually I had all my artwork in my car to bring to a gallery, and some 15 years worth, and somebody broke into my car and stole it all.
Oh no.
Yeah, $100,000 worth of art.
Oh my God.
And so, so I had to stay in Yeah, but you know what? Here's the thing. It was my own fault because on January 1st of 2001, I said my 2 New Year's resolutions were I was going to get my artwork onto the internet and I was going to learn Photoshop. So my artwork is now on the Los Angeles Police Department website of stolen art alongside Rembrandt
What a way to do it.
So there's that.
Oh my
And
goodness.
and then a couple days later, on 9/11, the day after 9/11, I had to stay there longer because of the theft. I had to tell the police, luckily my artwork has been in magazines and stuff, because they also stole 300 original slides of my work, and I had nothing to show the cops. So I had to go find all my girlfriends in California who had magazines that had my work in it so I could get pictures to show the cops. So then a woman ran a stop sign and hit me. I was injured and I couldn't ride back. And while I was in California recovering, I discovered that you could take Photoshop there, 18 classes for $45 because it's subsidized by the state, as opposed to 18 classes in Norfolk where I live for $3,500. So I learned that. But the reason I'm telling you this is I was there then for Day of the Dead, and Olivera Street is the oldest street in Los Angeles. And I tell you what, the things that they made, to commemorate 9/11 was just phenomenal, amazing things. So, yeah, so that was my little adventure. It turned out to be fine. I had a gypsy. It ended up taking me 10 years to get back to the East Coast. And so basically I was homeless for 10 years. But my version of homeless was house sitting luxury mansions.
What an adventure, for real.
It was an adventure. It was. And, after raising 8 kids, people were like, so I'm in these luxury mansions just, doing art. I mean, I was teaching art privately to people in Los Angeles for $100 an hour, minimum 2 hours in their home, because I couldn't do it in the houses I was house sitting. And I worked 8 hours a month. I made $800, and that's all I needed because my car was paid for, and the house I was living in, which rented for over $5,000 plus utilities after I left, I was there because she was wanting me to watch her house. So the rest of the time I did art. Now, the other side of the coin is all my art supplies were in a storage unit 3,000 miles away. So I had to figure out how to get more art supplies. But anyway, that was my big adventure. And I ended up being in that area for 10 years and really was excited about the whole Hispanic community and their way of doing things and their way of doing art. And I went to the Day of the Dead thing on Olvera Street every year. It was just amazing. So, yeah.
How did you get hooked up with house sitting like you did?
Well, I'm kind of a student of law of attraction. So I don't know if you know what that is. Some people think it's a little hocus pocus, but
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So first I was on my girlfriend's sofa. Thank God for girlfriends and sofas, I tell you. And so, so I was on her sofa for a while, and so she was going to law of attraction meetings, and I was already into it. I knew about it, so I went with her, and I was at the meeting, and so I said to them one time, I said, Los Angeles is a big place. I want to be house sitting in Los Angeles, and I want to house sit. I was clear on what I wanted. I wanted to house sit for someone who was an artist who had art studio in their house, because I wanted to make art, and normal people don't want artists in their house making art because they think it's messy. So it had to be an artist. And I said, I wanted to have a view, and I wanted it to be long-term. and I wanted to be happy. But the most important thing for me was I wanted the person I was house sitting for to be as grateful to be there as I was grateful to be there. And that's a really important key thing. And so I said this out loud to this law of attraction group. And so those of you who know law of attraction are going to get a big kick out of this. Somebody in the group says, well, there's not going to be many of those around. And I said, I only need one. And by the time of the next meeting, I was in. And it was a totally sort of serendipitous thing that this gal needed somebody, and we connected with each other. And she only wanted me there for like a month. And the 3 days after I moved in, her father had a catastrophic illness and she had to be out of town. And her situation was she was a animator for Steven Spielberg. So that's how she bought this amazing, fabulous house. And which had a view of the San Fernando Valley out the back and the front, and private.
How do you do that? The back and the front at the same time?
Because it was on top of a hill.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
That's all right. So anyway, yeah, and I got massages out there outdoors because no one could see into the yard. It was great. I mean, I was living the life. After raising 8 kids and 3 husbands, I deserved it. So anyway, yeah, so that's how I got it. And she was with her boyfriend. So she had moved out to live with her boyfriend, but in California, she had to come back 3 times a week from his house, which took her like an hour each time. 45 minutes each way. So an hour and a half to 2 hours in LA traffic, depending. And what she had to do was come back for, the yard man came. So he came once a week and he put everything in the basket. So she had to come and put the yard garbage out. And then she had to come within 24 hours and bring it back in, or she'd be fined $250 because that's what they do in LA. And then she had to come another day to pick up the mail because the mail got added up. And so she kept telling me she was so grateful that I was there because she couldn't have gone out of town to help with her dad because someone had to be there 3 times a week. And it would have been hard for her to rush out of town and then try to find somebody. So, and of course I was thrilled to be there. So it worked out great. And I ended up staying for 2.5 years. The reason she didn't want to rent her house out was she was with her boyfriend and she wasn't sure she was going to stay there. So she didn't want to cut off her escape route. So yeah, I have pictures. It was I don't know, probably had 5,000 square feet. It had 3 20 by 20 foot art studios in it. So
Amazing.
yeah.
Wow.
And she and I got to be good friends. I was doing fiber art at the time. I wrote a couple of books about it. And I wrote books. I was like basically homeless for 10 years. I wrote like 2 books. I edited a couple of books. It was kind of an amazing adventure when you think about it. And it all worked out fine, really. So
The universe put you where you were supposed to be.
It did. And I came back because my elderly father was needing help. I actually didn't want to come back from California, but my dad needed help and I didn't really want to come back. He was not a nice person when I was a kid. And so I didn't really want to come back and help him out. And so I did my meditation. My meditation said, you got to go back. And I'm like, how about if I do 2 out of 3 meditations and see if I get the same answer again? So I did, and I got the same answer. And I've been meditating. I'm I don't do transcendental meditation anymore, but at that time I had done it for, I think, 25 years. I think I meditated twice a day for 25 years, never missed a single one. And so I was pretty connected, you know, to find out answers. So, so I'm like, oh, shoot. Well, I guess I have to go back now. So what happened was, it was really good because my dad, I had a great time. There was not a single moment that I wished I hadn't come back. And my dad, who I thought was my arch enemy in life, turned into my best friend, and we had a great time. So, yeah, how many people, you know, I'm 68. So I grew up in the era when everybody thought the way you shut your kid up was to beat them. And, you know, not so many people my age have a good opportunity to heal their relationship with their parents. So I did, and I feel very lucky. So, so he passed away in 2016, and, you know, there wasn't, in 2009, when I came back, the doctor said, he'll be lucky if he makes it a year. And I took such good care of him. We took trips. We went on cruises. We had a great time. He lived 7 years, and he used up most of the money that I would have gotten. But you know what? He kept saying, there's not going to be much money left for you. I'm like, Dad, it's your money. Have fun. And I had to talk him into doing stuff. But there was enough left to start my art school, you know, so it worked out. And mostly.
And you got closure.
I did. I was so happy. Both him and my mother. My mother, I just stayed with her the last month. She died before him. I was in hospice with her the last month, and we got everything amazingly healed. So I never thought that would happen, but it did. And here's what I got so far. I'm thinking I should put something in those circles. Maybe another. Oh, I got it. I got heart-shaped rhinestones here.
Fabulous.
Yeah. So,
Look at how fun this is. I'm sorry to interrupt, but this is awesome.
okay,
I love
go
this
ahead.
project.
Go ahead and spotlight her.
Yep.
No,
Yep.
you're
Yep.
not interrupting if you're telling me you're having a good time. I love it.
Yeah, the kids are going to
that's
have fun doing this.
Ooh.
I love it. I love her mask. Where'd you get that?
The photocopies you sent.
Oh, how about that?
So I cut out one of the skull faces.
Oh,
It almost has a pop art kind of flair to it too.
it
Which is fun.
does.
Yes, it feels very Andy Warhol.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the color combinations.
Yeah, I used the
love it too.
paper she recommended.
Good. Oh, good. You've read my
I bought a
book.
pack of those also. They're great. The colors are gorgeous.
The Astro Brights, yeah.
Yeah, and if you got them for $6.88, they're a good deal. Anybody else will have something to show? Let's take a look. Thank you, Janelle.
You know, the Astrobrite, that wasn't cardstock though, was it?
Yes.
It is? Okay.
is.
I have Astrobrite, but it's not cardstock.
You can get.
Oh, Emily, that's
look at that.
gorgeous.
Oh my
That's
God, you
awesome.
got some sparkly paper on there. Oh,
Oh, love that.
what are those? Are they sticky or what? They're just metallic paper?
Yeah, they look like, oh, perfect. Love that.
That is great. Look at that. I hope you all take pictures and send to me. That'll be fun.
I
So
love
Mine
it.
is, I'm behind because I didn't have cardstock, so I had to cut it out and then I had to glue it onto poster board, but
Go ahead and spotlight him,
I
Steph.
started
yep,
with
yep.
doing
Oh my God.
Christmas.
the embellishments.
Wow.
I have to color
Love
the
it.
skulls, like I cut the skulls out and things, but
Oh,
I need
cool.
to color them, so I need more time.
Oh, it's great start. And so that's
fun.
hey,
Hi, Zoe.
what is it? Is it? What
Is
is it?
Chewy having fun with your garland?
Are they pipe cleaners or it's
Yeah,
garlic?
those are our sparkly pipe cleaners, and
Oh, very cool.
I found them in the 99-cent store, so it's really
Sure.
easy. And then this jewelry embellishment was like $1.29 from the dollar store. So
I love that.
yeah,
Great.
I'm starting. I've got something.
Oh, let's see, Sylvia.
All right. Let's
Thank you,
see.
I
Brian.
don't know how I do this, but
Just hold
Great
it up.
project.
Oh, yeah, hold it up.
Higher, a little higher.
I'm going
Oh
slowly.
my
I
goodness.
love it. Look at that.
There,
Dark
that's-
shade
Meryl.
rhinestones. I love that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know if my camera's very good, but I hope you can
Oh,
see it.
it's fabulous, Sylvia. Do you have an idea who's going in the center?
I don't, but in the past, I've done one for my mother, one for
Yeah.
my father,
Yeah.
one for my father-in-law.
I love that.
I
So,
love it. Yeah. These are great.
thank you.
Yeah.
Anybody else want to share?
Oh, yeah, Sarah has one. Let's see.
Sarah, let's see.
Oh, look at that. Oh, my God.
Wow,
Beautiful.
that's
You
gorgeous.
punched holes
Thank
out with the
you.
hole puncher, those little circles?
Yeah, just made little hole punch holes to decorate.
It looks
Thank
like
you. I love
like a
this
movie
project.
marquee.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, thank you so much. I love this project.
Oh, good. I love that what you put behind the skull there. That is so cool.
Mhm.
And every single one is different. Every single one.
Anybody
I-
else? Let's see. Do we
I
have
can
any?
share
Oh,
mine.
Steph. Go. Well, spotlight yourself, girl.
All right, hold on. Hold on. Here we go.
Oh, look at that. That is so cool.
Very nice.
Oh, I love those flowers. Those are those little paper flowers that
Yeah.
I got at Michael's.
Yep. Discount bin, clearance rack.
There you
Love
go.
it.
I love that you put the rhinestones in the eyeballs too. That is so
Mhm.
cool. That's so fun.
Thank
You
you.
know, and in school you could even do a writing project with this. You know, the kids.
yeah.
could- Anybody? Roxanne has one. Let's spotlight Roxanne.
There's Roxanne. There's Roxanne. Hang on. Replace. Here we go.
Oh,
I
Beautiful.
love that.
tell us about who the picture is, Roxanne. Do you mind?
Grandmother, she died during this COVID season. She was in a nursing home and died of loneliness. So she's kind of been on my mind.
Oh God.
So, you know, this is like where art becomes a healing project.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
it is that I love your spirals at the bottom too.
And they're sparkly. You can't really tell, but they're sparkly.
I love
But,
that.
yeah, we used to scrapbook together, and most of the things that I put on here were from her collection.
Ah, thank you, Roxanne. That is so sweet.
Beautiful.
I love that. You could put a magnet in the back and put it on your fridge, you know. That is great. Thank you.
Oh, somebody asked Lori, are you still here with us? I don't know if Lori's here.
Yeah.
I will be posting by the end of the weekend. I will post this video to the YouTube channel for Nichos UFT. So let me put that in our chat.
Let's see if
Okay,
anybody-
thank you. Are there other videos there
Yeah.
as well?
All of last year's session are
Oh,
posted
great.
on the, I'll put it in the chat, Nichos UFT.
Let's see.
Thank you.
Someone else have one to show us?
Oh, let me.
Emily, did you add more stuff?
Yeah, I added and I took these Posca pens and I just kind of drew designs around it.
Yeah.
I mean, these are traditionally made out of metal, I think, right?
Oh,
Aren't they?
sometimes
What
they're wood.
sounds
Yeah,
good.
wood.
Oh,
Or
But you
punch,
know-
like punched aluminum?
Yeah.
yeah. I've seen them made out of punched aluminum,
Yeah.
and
it-
I wanted to make it kind of ornate, so I just made this pattern around it.
I
That
love
is
that.
Just simple supplies, because this is regular copy paper. It's not even cardstock, and
Ah,
it's really strong.
yeah, because you glued stuff on it. Yeah.
Yeah, that
helped.
helped.
Yeah, that's great. I'm going to show
This is
you.
really fun.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad. So I'm going to show you guys how to glue this edges, but let's just see. Does anyone have something to share before I show you how to tape the edges?
Terry does.
Okay.
Terry, okay, I'm gonna spotlight Terry. There we
mine's
go.
Mine's more cartoony. I didn't have the printout. I made
Oh, I love it.
I made my dog, and I don't have the paper, but I'm going to put it on at work.
Aw,
It's back at work. This is my dog that died on 9/11
Oh,
after 15 and a half years. And then the oak leaves are for my grandfather. We were very close. So I'm gonna add lots of color, and then I've got some rhinestones at work to add.
I love that.
That's great. You did a great job.
All right, you guys all convinced me. I'm going to do it with my students in high school.
Yeah, a lot of kids have pets.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good way to help them
Yeah.
deal with that. Anybody
sure.
else have one to show?
Yeah, I'm just on the embellishments.
Yeah, let's see.
There we
Spotlight
go.
him, Penny?
Oh,
Oh my God, I love that. I love,
I love
hand
it.
pumps a hand. Well, where was that? Did you just get that, a whole piece done?
I just, yeah, that, it was a ring, like it was a cheap ring. And so I tore off the ring part and then just glued it on with hot glue.
Oh my God. Hot glue is the best.
I love it.
It's like magic.
It is.
Yes. Until you burn yourself, and then it's.
Yeah, I've done that a couple times already.
So, where's my other one? Oh, I'm missing it. I don't know. Where, so let's see if anyone else has one to show, and then I'll show you how I tape it together.
Can I share one that is completely not? It's
of course. This is about creativity and fun. Whatever you got.
I was inspired by, you know, remembering things, and so I have this little car that I got at our recycle place, like yours in New York, and I am remembering when the water has been really beautiful, and feeling sad about different parts of the United States where the people don't have good water. And so I'm just kind of remembering the ocean and kind of mourning the loss of good water. And so this is my homage to clean water.
Love it.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
And that's a cute little cart. Or
Yeah,
the
it is.
wagon, or- yeah, that's so cute.
Yeah.
It's good, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Let's see. Anybody else before I show the last? I mean, let me. I'll show it. Go ahead and spotlight me, and then if someone has one at the end, we can do it. So this is really easy. So the one thing that you want to do is the tape. This width here is a little bit skinny for the 3/4 tape. So you want to cut your tape in skinnier pieces, and all you're going to do is tape around the corners. Now, if you're a hot glue maniac like Brian, you probably just hot glue the corners together and put roses on the inside where the hot glue shows or whatever. But it's pretty easy how you tape it together. And then these look so adorable. If your class does them, you just put them all up in a row, and it makes a great, a great project for, and you could choose a theme. If your theme is like, was it Sylvia who just went? If your theme is like stuff that you're missing that you wish was here, it could be, if you had a pet pass away, but it could be lots of other things. So I'm just taping this on the corner, and then I'll show you some of my other ones. I have my Nicho class that I'm doing, and there you have it. Oops, put it up like here.
Beautiful.
Isn't that fun?
Yes.
Yeah.
I thank you so much. This is so
bottom too.
What's that?
Sorry, did you tape the bottom too? The bottom part?
To the 4 corners you tape.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah, yep, 4 corners all the way around. So yes, I really want to do one for Jackie. And so these are the other Nichos. This is a little different style. This is the one that I'm going to be teaching in my class on Halloween and November 1st. So they're a little bit more substance to them. They have 2 pieces, and I have another one, but that I wanted to show you, and I don't see what happened to it. Must have put it somewhere. It's a different style. So these 3 are similar styles. So they have you actually are building a box that's a separate piece here, and then decorating what you want to put inside. And then this particular one has some other choices about how to decorate. It's similar though. This was like one of my favorite sayings: "We are the granddaughters of the witches that couldn't burn." So you can put an affirmation inside one of these. This is my aunt. And there's another style. I only had one of them, and I don't know what I did with it, but it's bigger than this, and it has two sides that open out. And so, yeah, so that's Nichos, and they're fun, and they're healing. And I think you can do, do a lot of projects.
This is a wonderful, wonderful project. I could see myself making several of these.
Yeah.
And I really love the idea with the quote, something that means something special to you, because there's so many great quotes out there.
Right. And it could be an affirmation.
That too. Yeah.
As an affirmation box, a positive affirmation.
Yeah.
It doesn't all have to be about Day of the Dead.
They would be really neat with a magnet on the back so they can stick on a refrigerator too.
That would be
Perfect
great.
idea. Yeah.
It would be interesting to ask the kids in their culture, like beforehand, tell them you're going to do this, and then ask them to talk to their families or whomever about what they do in their culture to remember people who've passed away.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be interesting.
I was gonna, if you can, I wanted to show mine.
Yeah, let's see.
I'm sorry. When I used to be a family programs coordinator at the Milwaukee Art Museum, and we did Day of the Dead for 13 years.
Wow.
With the
I love your pin you're wearing.
Oh, thank you.
I forgot my crown.
But one of the things that we did was we made a communal ofrenda with butterflies, because butterflies are the messengers to the spirits.
Right.
And so everybody made a butterfly, and then they would attach a message and attach it to the tree.
Oh.
It was a beautiful ofrenda. I mean, it was lovely, really, really nice.
What culture is it that butterflies are, what did you say again? Something to the spirit world?
Messenger.
Messenger?
Yes. In Mexico, the monarch is thought to be a messenger to the spirits.
Oh, I didn't know that. How interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think they come through. I think the monarchs come through right around Day of the Dead.
Yes, they do. Their migration is then.
Yeah.
I see.
And then also the color is orange and marigold flowers.
Right.
So
Yeah,
I have a whole, when I do my longer workshop, I have a little PowerPoint that I do.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. So I want to see your pin a little bit, Sylvia. Can you?
Oh, sure.
Oh, I love that. Did you get that at the museum?
No, actually, I got it at a flea market. I can't get it off. I can't get it off.
Yeah, I love it.
And it's crocheted around here. And then this is like, I don't know, it's hard, whatever it is, maybe Sculpey.
Oh, okay.
This is just something. It used to have a feather too, but I lost the feather.
You can always add a feather.
Yeah, but when I did the Day of the Dead, we worked with the two Mexican institutions, and it was the first time that they had ever come together to work.
Wow.
And we did it for 12 years, 13 years. And I've had artists come in, and we had people that were, they were experts with papel picado. And also we had an artist who did the huge paper mache sculptures of the skeletons. I mean, it's such a lovely holiday. And I wanted to do something that was not Halloween, which they did in every other institution in town.
Right.
And I thought it was a great way to educate people, because we have a huge Jewish population that would come on Sundays.
Right. Yeah.
And I just thought it was such a lovely idea.
How did you do the papel picados? Because those are beautiful.
Well, we had demonstrations. Okay,
Okay.
the ladies, there was a woman and her husband who made them, and they would show with the chisels and everything, which just blew me away that they used chisels
Really?
Chisels and
Oh.
hammers, yeah, it's amazing. And they do stacks like this of paper and they pound
Yeah.
it. It's amazing. And the first year well, not the first year, but the biggest one we had was a 9/11 right after that.
Yeah.
And we had people say, oh, you can't do that. It's so morbid. How can I said, no, this is when we need it now. And I had 3,200 people.
Oh my goodness, that's
Yeah, so
amazing.
it was phenomenal. So anyway, I bragged enough, sorry.
You know, that's the point. Thank you
Never
for being
apologize. That's what we're here for.
Yeah, and it's useful for people to look at death from a little different perspective.
Right.
You know, to understand there's a culture that that it's more of a celebration.
Yes.
You know,
Right.
the Mexicans for Day of the Dead, they go bring a picnic to the cemetery.
Yep.
And
And they
they
build
they
a
dance.
friend right there on
Yeah.
the grave.
And they dance and they drink.
They have
and
the mariachi bands.
yeah.
Yeah. It's amazing.
So
It's a great holiday. I love it. It's my favorite.
You know, I learned a lot about it from watching the movie Coco.
Yeah.
And I had actually done a project with my students. I showed them the movie, and then we created our own alebrijes in, you know, as a jump off from the movie, where every student made their own imaginary animal and sculpted it from aluminum foil and then covered it in plaster of Paris and painted it and shellacked it, and it was amazing.
That's so cool.
Yes, it was great.
Do you want to spotlight this again? I'm putting all of them in a pile so
Sure.
people look and get ideas.
Did you find the other one?
I didn't.
Oh, it'll
But-
pop up.
Yeah, it will. It was actually
They're beautiful.
one of my two best friends passed away in June. She was only 50 something.
Oh my gosh.
And so that was the first one that I made. That was what initiated the whole thing to do this. I do some kind of Day of the Dead workshop every year. Oh, I can show you a couple of the other ones that I did on previous years. That's fun.
Oh, Nancy, I see your butterfly poem. I remember studying that when I was in Hebrew school as a kid. That's a terribly moving story behind that. And they made it into a song. I remember singing it in Hebrew school.
Cool.
Yeah, the butterfly from the Holocaust. It was wasn't it a child who wrote it?
It was, I guess the person's name is Pavel.
I think it was one of the children from the Holocaust. Yeah.
Child who wrote it while they were in Terezin concentration camp.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is a wood one that I made.
Oh, wow.
My dad. That's my dad when he was in World War II in Italy. And here he is just a few years before he died. And he really liked trains, so I have his little trains there. And so that's a wood one. This is what I did when I had classes in person. Since I'm doing online, we make paper things because I can send PDFs. But when I was doing classes in person here, I had 3 Day of the Dead workshops before COVID. And we made these kinds of things. That's my mom. So this is a piece of jewelry up here. And
Those are great.
aren't they fun? Yeah. And it was really healing to, you know, when I was a kid, I never thought I'd heal my relationship with my parents, but I did. And then this is the back. After she died, I found out that she won dance contests. That whole family was dancers. My Dixie Roberts up there is the gal I told you before that Gene Kelly said. But in this article, it says that my mother and her cousin won the dance contest. And then here's a picture. My dad and I went. There's a place in Virginia where the guy has a red caboose and it's turned into like a hotel room, and you can stay there. It's so cool. It's near Natural Bridge. So if you want to come to Virginia and check out Natural Bridge and stuff, it's a fun place to stay. And so my dad was a railroad buff. So this was a picture I took of him there waving. You know, I just said, I'll take a picture, and he waved at me. And it was a little bittersweet because when I took the picture and I saw him, I said, oh my God, I think this is the picture that's going to be at his memorial service. And it was, it's perfect. So I put it on there too. So yeah, I think the role of art is to be fun and healing. And I just had a student this week tell me that because of the project that we're working on with her, she said she was able to give up her anger, and she felt like for the first time in like 40 something years.
Wow.
Yeah. Let's see. What do we have? Oh, we're already done. Are we done? Do we have 2 minutes or what?
Yeah. I'm not gonna shut it down in the middle of a sentence.
Well,
I'd like to show mine for a sec, if that's okay.
let's see it.
Just the embellishments, but a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed this project.
Yes.
Oh
Oh,
God, I love it. That is
A lot of
so
fun.
fun.
I
Yeah.
love that Hamsa.
Yeah.
I do. That's great.
I'll flip through a little book here real quick and show you. One of my other classes is about journal making, but Steph, you want to spotlight me?
Yep. Hang on. Okay. There you go.
I happen to notice that we seem to be living in toxic patriarchy, and one of the ways out of it is to focus on the feminine. So this is a project that I'm doing with students, the Goddess ABC, and we're just making little journals, and they get to pick whatever goddesses they want to work with. I happen to put most of my own artwork in this, but they are using all kinds of other people's artwork. So this is A. So, these are ancient goddesses, and we have little flip up pages. And this is my painting of the Delphic Sibyl from Michelangelo. So all of these, this is my artwork too. I used to do fiber art. And you recognize this, that's my artwork of the Guadalupe. So this is just a fun book, and we use little letters for each of the letters of the alphabet, and some of the pages open, and we talk about the divine feminine and the powerful feminine in multicultural mythology. Oh, this, by the way, is a 6-foot statue of Saraswati, which I have in my studio, which is worth about $5,000, and I got it for $85 at a garage sale. So anyway, this is some of the other online classes that I do, and I put my email address in the chat, and that's just extra pages. And if you want to get on my email list, you can tell me that you came to this, and I give special discounts for people who come to special things. So that's just a journal class that I'm doing. That's fun too. So anyway, I'm glad everybody had fun.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. This was very therapeutic. And thank you.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
good.
you so much. Wonderful.
Yeah.
As good as a beer.
Next week is going to be a little different. I'll be sending out flyers this weekend, but I hope everybody can make it. Leave room in your schedule. I stalked a woman on Facebook who was posting presentations for a project she did with her kids called Faceted, where she taught them how to draw gemstones in monochromatic tones. So it teaches value and color. So we'll be doing that next week, and I'll be sending out the flyers this weekend. So I hope to see you guys all next week. Thank you, Meryl. You are a gem yourself, and thank you. I'm grateful for having met you and come into my life. And
thank you. Me too. I feel the same about you.
Oh, thank you. And we are also part of a really cool artist trading card community, and we keep getting each other's card swap every time. It's fantastic. Maybe we could do something like that within this group. That could be fun too.
That'd be great. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
I'll think about how to coordinate that kind of a thing. Let me think it out. I'll think it out. But anyway, Brian, please come back. It was really
Definitely
nice
will.
to
I
have
really
you.
enjoyed this very, very much.
Your energy is awesome, and it
Thanks.
brings a different perspective to the group. So I'm happy to have you, and everybody have a sane, peaceful week, and enjoy the weekend.
Thank you so much,
You
Meryl.
too.
This was great.
Thank you, and enjoy Day of the Dead.
Yes.
Yay.
Bye-bye. Thank
Bye.
you.
Have a great one. Thank
Thank
you again.
Thank you.